If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new songs in the description. Okay, we have to talk about my dear friend Lil Baby again, because he said he was going to drop an album this summer. He gave us a month for its release, and he still hasn't dropped anything, but recently he's been active again on social media, even announcing a first single that might be dropping this Friday, so in 2 days. So today, we're going to go over all the evidence we have for this thing for a certain release date, and let's see when this will actually drop. So let's jump straight into this. So let's start out with what I said, which was that he, back in May, at the end of May, he gave us a false alarm. He took to Twitter to say July, and then some day in July is going to be the album. Of course, I went over this a lot in the past already, but this didn't come true. It's already like middle of August now, and no album is out, not even a single dropped, so this was a false alarm, and maybe he thought he would have it done earlier, but, well, it didn't. Then we got this trailer for the documentary, the Untrapped story of Lil Baby documentary, and in the caption for this he wrote, "I know y'all waiting on my album, me too, but I've been holding off to make everything come together. Shout out to Amazon and Prime Video and Quality Films for helping me gift the world with a little part of me. Album and documentary soon. Let's go." So this was about 4 weeks ago, and I made a video back when this happened. So there's going to be a documentary called Untrapped that is going to release, and here's the catch on this one. At the end of the trailer, we have the screen that says August 26th. And he's saying that the album will drop in combination with this documentary. And when you look at the calendar, August 26th is next Friday. And so my theory was always like, okay, if this thing is dropping, the documentary is dropping on a Friday, and he says the documentary is connected to the album, then surely the album will also drop on the 26th, like on August 26th, because it's a Friday, so it would just make sense, and it's still in August, so not too far off from the release date that he gave us of July, because the week after that would already be September 2nd, and I think that Baby wants to drop this in the summer. I think there's an innate motivation to do that, because that's when albums are most successful. But so far, we haven't gotten any information about this, and a couple of things now also make me doubt this. For example, DJ Khaled is dropping on the 26th. He announced his official album God Did, his 13th studio album. It's dropping on the 26th, and that of course isn't a criteria for Lil Baby not dropping that same day. For example, Jid is also dropping, so it's not like he's trying to avoid anybody or anything like that. I don't think that would play a big role. But Lil Baby has been collaborating with DJ Khaled a lot over the past couple of years, being on his last 2 albums, and for example, with the Every Chance That I Get on Khaled, but also on the new Stayin' Alive single that he had with the Drake, which is dropping for this DJ Khaled album, obviously, and also got another one coming up with Future for the DJ Khaled album. So I think DJ Khaled and Lil Baby are pretty close, and Baby wouldn't drop his album on the same day as DJ Khaled is dropping his album. That's kind of like the first thoughts I had about that. But as I said, it's not a full-blown criteria, but I don't think that it's very likely at this point that Baby will actually drop on that day. Now, also since then, he's dropped, a couple of hints here and there talking about, oh, this album is going to be insane, and just stuff like that. For example, only a couple of hours ago, he took to his Instagram story to share a snippet of a new song, and he said, album gon' be, and then the next story was trim, so he's previewing this album a lot and just putting it out there. And one very interesting information that we just got is also about a possible single dropping this Friday. So let's look at this. So he took to, again, Instagram to share a snippet out of a private plane, and he previewed a song in the snippet, and in the caption for this he wrote, "I think this might be my first single off the album. I know y'all tired of waiting. It's only me soon. Them other snippets ain't gonna make it." So this is where it gets interesting, because in the snippet we don't actually hear the phrase "it's only me" being used. So that kind of throws up the question if this is the title of the single, or if this is the title of the album. It's kind of funny because in Atlanta we have this collective that is called It's Just Us, so IJU, which has made videos for Baby and Dirk, for example, and this could be a play on them. So Baby working very heavily with IJU, It's Only Us, and this album could be called It's Only Me. So that is it's not confirmed. As soon as we get this confirmation that this album is actually going to be called It's Only Me, I'll make a video on this and give you all the latest details. But as far as looking, this is going to be the title of the single. It's Only Me, but really not sure. And he said them other snippets ain't gonna make it, so all the other stuff that we heard is not gonna be out as a single. Now he said it's gonna be dropping soon. Soon is not a very accurate, specific time. It could be this Friday. If he's gonna drop within the next like 2-3 weeks, which I'm guessing if he's not gonna drop on the 26th, then likely he's gonna drop either on September 2nd or September 9th, because you gotta come through if you made the promise of dropping it in July, and also if the documentary is releasing on the 26th, I think it will make a lot of sense for the album to release a week after that if he's not already dropping on the same day, so on the 26th. And so if that's the case, then this single might be dropping this Friday, so that will be the 19th, or maybe the next Friday with the DJ Khaled album. But also in that sense, he's got a lot of singles on the DJ Khaled album. As I said, one with Drake and one with Future are confirmed, maybe even some more features on there. So he might also not drop because there's enough Baby material dropping that same day. But in any case, we're getting some new Baby very soon, and I'm very excited about this. Now, it's going to be very much dependent on how the single turns out. If he has another single like he did for Whoa with My Turn, it can definitely carry this album. If it's just going to be one of those singles that not a lot of people care about, and I'm not saying not a lot of people cared about, like Right On and In a Minute and You Dig and stuff like that. Amazing singles. Frozen as well, he dropped that. But I'm just saying those singles weren't like the big hits, the big commercial hits that he wants to have when promoting a big album like that. So he got to come through with something that people are going to be listening to, that people are, it's getting played on the radio and everything like that, and not just like a niche type of thing like the ones that he dropped so far. And there's nothing against In a Minute or Right On. I hope they are on the album. I actually do. I know they're leaks. I know all three of them. So In a Minute, Right On, and Frozen were leaks, and he only put them out so that, we got them and he could make money off of them and people wouldn't just listen to them as leaks. But I really hope stuff like In a Minute makes the album, or at least stuff like In a Minute. And with that, I don't mean like In a Minute specifically, but just that vibe of him more on a mellow beat, more of like a remorseful tone in his voice and stuff like that. I love that Lil Baby. I think that's when he can really get in his bag. So I hope stuff like that is going to be on the album. So that's like the information we have right now. Baby dropping something very soon. He got a single called It's Only Me. I don't know if that's the official, name for it, or if it's the album name. As I said, I'll make a video once we get confirmation on that. That's going to be dropping very soon, and the album is likely going to be dropping in 2 or 3 weeks after the Khaled album and after the documentary is out. So that's all the news we got. Let me know what you think about this. When do you think Lil Baby is dropping? What do you think about the new snippets and new posts he made about the new single? When do you think he's dropping? Is it going to be the same day as Khaled? Is it going to be the week after? Is it going to be the week after that still? So the 9th of September then. All your thoughts and theories and whatever you got on this, any fan theory you got, let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and you'll take care.